Hello and welcome back to Skyblock Kingdoms. My name is Nathra and we are on episode 8. I hope you guys are all doing well. Ooh, the island looks pretty cool from back here. We're not going to be working too much there today. Today we are going to work on the eye. And I just realized right above me right now are a whole bunch of mobs. I'll just free cam and show you what I mean. That's not the right button. Hello? That's not the right button. Yep. We got a bit of a situation up here. I really need to try and get some glow lichen. And there is glow lichen on the server now, but the people who've got the glow lichen are birch. And they're going to be difficult to get. All we need is one piece of glow lichen, but we have to convince them to sell us one piece of glow lichen. But I want to get these villagers done today, get them all moved upstairs. Maybe we won't get the whole eye sorted, but we will get these villagers into their new homes, their new breeding pens. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to teach you guys how to work the villager experiment trade update, which is not in the actual game at the moment, but we have enabled it. You can enable it yourselves if you want to as well when you're setting up a world. And not only that, I'm also going to go through how to combine your enchantments. Any enchantments like sharpness and efficiency no longer come at max level from your villagers. So that can be a little bit tricky to combine without getting it too expensive in the anvil. So I should be able to go through all that later in the video. So before we move any of these villagers, I'm going to show you how to get all these different types of villagers we have here. From the spruce, from the guys from the taiga, the plains, the swamp, and all the other guys over here. Oh my word, we've moved to another world. This is my single-player Skyblock world. I've had good fun in this, playing it on stream over the last year. I've moved over here because here I can show some of the bits on the villager trade rebalance that I can't show anymore on Skyblock Kingdoms because I have taken stuff down. Villager breeders are pretty common in tutorials across the interwebs, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on how to set up a breeder. That's fairly basic. We get our villagers here. We get a load of villagers over here. Basically, they have us the crops. They make each other happy. They make the baby fall down there. The baby come up here, and they grow into a big baby. And all these big baby, well, unfortunately, they're all plains villagers, which makes them really useless. Well, not really useless, but pretty useless when it comes to the villager trade rebalance, where we need to have villagers from each of the different biomes. So, what we're going to do is we're going to export one of these villagers now. With this little contraption here I prepared earlier. I press the button, the baby comes out, and they go. And in case they don't go far enough, we hit them with the goal. We hit them with the coal. Also, fun fact, guys. I know some people have noticed that there's weird words on the tools and things. I play Minecraft in the Irish language, also known as Gaelic or Gaelga. It's just a choice. It's not perfect, as in like it's not a perfect translation. But I enjoy doing it. So if you ever kind of like thinking, what is a ⚊ᚗᚗᚗ᚜ᚗ? That is a firework rocket. But you guys know what these items are anyway. So it's not too big a deal if you see them in a different language. So the villager has now been transported. I find actually transporting villagers in minecarts and like using a furnace is pretty straightforward. We've made this little cubby hole here for the villager. What we're going to do is we're going to knock them out of the minecart and grab back this here so I can block them in properly. Fabuloso. So, 2 villagers, 1 jungle and 1 plains. I prepared this one earlier. We've got enough food, 12 carrots, potatoes, or 3 bread per villager. Enough beds, 1 bed per villager plus 1 for the offspring. Now, when the offspring is being generated, It will first roll a 50% chance to either follow the culture of their parents or of the local biome. Then it will roll for a 50% chance to follow the culture of each of the parents if the parents are of a different culture. In this case, that's like a 75% chance it's going to be a jungle villager. So I could have 2 plains villagers though, but get a jungle baby. As we're in a jungle biome, there's a 50% chance you get a jungle baby with 2 plains villagers. And look at that, we have the correct type. This did not go according to plan when I was working on this in my world here every time. The snowy villagers were the worst. They kept producing the wrong type of baby. So, now that we have our babies, we can take back our beds, since we don't need them anymore, and we can remove the villager we don't need anymore. Praise the void. And now we've got our 2 jungle villagers ready to go, and we can easily transport them back just by putting down a couple of rails, place down a minecart, and we get them into minecarts and then move them to where we want them to be. This is a casual tutorial on my villager breeder. I'm not going to do a block by block description, but I hope the details I provide will help guide you in how to go about creating something similar yourselves. This 7-celled villager breeder has villagers from each biome, and I use farmers so they feed themselves to be willing to breed. 50% of the time it will produce villagers of the local culture, unless I use the breeding cell of the local culture. That'll give me a 100% chance, and then 50% of the time it'll give me offspring of the parent's culture. Cells consist of mandatory 2 composters, a 3x3 patch of tilled dirt with water source and light source nearby. It doesn't have to be 3x3, it can be something bigger, or probably can't be smaller though. For offspring to escape, there is a 2-high hole with a topside trapdoor to keep the adults in. The 2-wide hole in the floor uses trapdoors to fool the offspring's AI into the water streams below. I placed 31 beds in this layout to encourage breeding. Villagers can sense other villagers nearby that have claimed beds, and will use that number against how many beds they see. When breeding, the villagers can sense most, if not all, the beds, and this allows for them all to breed at the same time, so all cells can work at the same time if we want to. The sticky pistons with the blocks are moved by levers above them, which block line of sight to the beds, turning breeding cells on and off. By building water streams under each offspring drop hole, we funnel babies into a central stream that pushes them into the final spot where they can grow into adulthood. They'll swim up the water elevator when they grow up. Stone and hopper configuration I have put together will allow me to summon a minecart to collect villagers. The hoppers come from a chest above and lead into a dispenser facing the powered rails below. The piston, it doesn't have to be sticky, has a lever above it. Each time you flip the lever, it'll send a redstone pulse to the dispenser to release a minecart. You can see the hole where adults and sometimes babies come up. They get pushed into the corner where you'll see glass on the floor. Very important to make sure it's glass so that the minecart can get through and the villagers don't take any damage. Best to have more than one villager when you're picking up a villager, because it jostles and their minecarts are more likely to pick them up. But it can pick up one villager on its own. Might just take a couple of tries with the minecarts. This is probably the last flyby that you'll see of the breeder like this. Following clip from ᚺᚇᚈ on stream. Blabbering. Hi guys, so Code Neon got in touch and they're looking for some villagers. So we are making a trade, and I've set up a little nether portal here in the nether. It's very conveniently located, and now you can just like boat villagers straight through the portal. It's so good. Anyway, we're being really nice. We're bringing over a swamp villager. We're bringing over a jungle villager. And so let's just do a little time lapse or a little, what do you call it, a little show thing of it going through the thingamabob. Okay, it's been a couple of days, but yeah, we did the End Kingdom and brought over our villagers. I've been told that we've got our payment in the box over here, so let's have a quick look-see. Ooh, very nice. Ooh, this is nice. I think they gave us a little bit extra. I wasn't expecting the diamond boots. What's this? What? Hello? It was just daytime. Guys? What's going... I feel like I've only felt this once before. What's going on? I don't know what this writing up here is. Anyone in the comments able to help me out here? I don't know what this means. And I seem to have lost like at least like 10 minutes of time here. And you guys saw, like, I hovered over the shulker box. It didn't have, it just said shulker box. And now it says something else. Okay, well, you know, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, nothing to worry about here. But anyway, okay, we've emptied our mailbox. And okay, we've got a future shroom box. Call Artemis for more info. Okay, I'm gonna mention that to Acorn because like she's kind of in charge of the where things go on top of the island. Then I spotted this one more thing over here. 2 sprues from Doak, which I can barely read. Okay, let's see what's in this book. Dear Spruce Kingdom, Viking would like to request a bulk order of dirt and is wondering if there's any to get a bulk discount. Okay, grammar. Viking needs 3 shulkers of dirt to start for a fun project full of fun and more fun. I don't think there's anything signed there. Okay, well, you know, Doak is quite a resource-heavy kingdom. We could probably strike a deal up with them. Dear Doak, absolutely we can work something out. I believe you've got good access to resources like cobble, stone, and deep slate. Spruce are going to need plenty of it. Perhaps a shulker of cobble and a shulker of deep slate per dirt shulker. Happy to negotiate. Drop us a message if you'd like to chat in person. Anathra. Please tell me the day hasn't just... We haven't had another skip of time. It's just like... Before we drop this book over to Doak, we're going to pop over to the shopping district and actually explore enchanting, combining enchantments, which can be a bit tricky when you've got a lot of books to put together. We're over here at Yskia to do something that's kind of a little bit tricky to do in Minecraft, and that's combining as many enchantments as possible on an item. We have all these here. I've also picked up some levels. What we're going to do is we're going to pop everything that we need into this little chest here, and then we're going to run through how to enchant. Okay, so for the purpose of enchanting, I've changed my game back to English so it's easy to understand. We have all these enchantments here. Now, if I just willy-nilly put these all together on a helmet, there's a good chance I might not actually get them all on. I need to actually use a little bit of a formula. So, the best way to figure out how to enchant these things is to know how much each enchantment actually costs. And we could do that by putting a helmet in here and taking note of how much each of these cost. So, Unbreaking 2 is 2. Thorns 3 is 12, really expensive. Protection 3 is 3. Mending is also 2, so we're going to put that over here. Respiration is 6. And Aqua Affinity is also 2. So we've got all these enchantments here. we now know how much they all cost. Costing your enchantments saves you a bit of time because you then know what the cheapest way to combine things is. Now, we've got an odd number of things to enchant because we also include the helmet as part of the enchantment process. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to leave the helmet for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine these books here together, which should be fairly cheap. Also, here's one other thing to be aware of. These both have a cost of 2. However, combining books that are identical costs more. So keep that in mind. These things all add up. So what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to combine these two together because this is cheaper. This should cost us 2. This will also cost us 2. Okay, we're going to put these back. We're going to see these again. These cost 3 when enchanting with something else, but when I combine these two together, it'll probably cost, I think, 4. Yeah, it'll cost an extra. So best not to combine them straight away. So what we'll do is we'll take the respiration and the thorns, and we're going to put these enchantments on these 2 books here, like so. So respiration and protection will just cost 3. Thorns and protection will just cost 3. It does keep in mind what the cost of like respiration was. It was 3 and this is 12 for the thorns. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do another costing and see how much each of these cost. So that's a 5. That should also be a 5. This would be a 10 because it's 3 plus 6 is 9, and then add another one because it has had an enchantment. It's been combined with a book before. Then protection should be 3 plus 12, so this should be 15. 16, sorry, 16 because you add another one. Okay, so we've got these 4 books here, which we now need to combine. And I think, if I'm correct, that's 5. 5. I think if I combine these, it shouldn't cost too much. Both cost 7. And then that should have Unbreaking 3 on it. Fantastic. And then if we combine these two, should be... What I'm going to do is put the thorns in this level, and this should be the cheaper one. So that will give us 12. And now we need to just put them all on the helmet. Do we go more expensive first or cheaper first? That's going to cost 10. That'll cost 25. I think it's probably better to do the more expensive enchantment first and then do the cheaper one. And here we go. Fabuloso. Not the most difficult one to enchant everything with, but the trick is find out what the cheapest ones are. Try and put 2 books that are of the same price together if possible, and try and avoid, where possible, combining the same enchantments straight away so that it doesn't get too expensive too quickly. You do need to be careful when combining, say for example, if you've got efficiency 3, you need to make sure that the efficiency 3 is combined with another efficiency 3 so that you get efficiency 4. And then you make sure that you're not adding... If you accidentally combine an efficiency 3 with an efficiency 4 book, then you will just get efficiency 4. You won't get anything higher than that. So make sure you're careful with your combinations. I hope this makes sense. If you have any combinations that you'd like me to try and give you advice on, please do comment below. I do actually enjoy putting these things together, and love to take those questions. There are calculators online as well, so Google can be your friend too. Now that we've done our work, Bonanza. No, we'll do it that way instead. We play a little bit. Let's check this out. I've walked by this. This is a sad Milkman game, I believe. So, let's have a read through this. Welcome to Milkman Tag. In this game, the rules are simple. If you are tagged by a Milkman, you become a Milkman. The last person to not get tagged wins the game, as well as the grand prize. Okay, take the book. And of course, we'll make a couple of minor changes that need to be made. I'm not going to change the date order, but it should be EDT because it's daylight time. Standard time is actually an hour earlier than that. Okay, and we are done. So I don't need to do a tag task yet because the game has not started. Fun times, let's go! Now we need to try and find Vikings post box. Well, Dark Oak's post box. I presume that they've got one. Let's see if we can find one. Oh, they do have one! Or at least I see a post box over here. Let's just pop this in here into the post box. Also, it needs a thing in it so that they know when there's post. So, if we do that, there we go, a little symbol to let them know that they've got a post. Do you know what, good as place as any to finish the video. As you can see, I'm already popping up the art from the artist this week on screen right now. Guys, thank you so much. A little bit, if you post a little bit later this week, apologies. I'm actually away this weekend, so I haven't been able to, I had to edit this video a bit earlier this week, so if you didn't get to put any art in, sorry about that. I'll go in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial format that I did in this video. If you've got any questions about the villagers or the enchanting, love to get a conversation going down in the comments if you've any questions. So happy to help out there. And finally, do of course check out all the links for all the other Skyblockers. We're about to hit episode 100 from the server. Not just me, but like everyone combined, if we haven't already. So that's incredible achievement for us all to have made there. And yeah, if you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Slánzies!